Initiating moisture.
Welcome to the Moist Meter. Today we're looking at the new Toy Story 4, a movie I felt didn't need to be made. I honestly couldn't stand the marketing for it either. There was like fucking 50 little teaser trailers where the gang holds hands and falls, then like the 30-second clips of one or two jokes from Key and Peele. I didn't care for that, and it really struck me as just going to be a cash grab on the goodwill of the franchise. However, after seeing Toy Story 4, I absolutely fucking loved it. Absolutely loved it, start to finish. I think the strongest part of this movie is its humor. I don't know what's changed, but this is by far the best in terms of comedy in the series, and probably one of the best animated comedies I've seen since like Lego Batman, maybe. This might be even better. I don't know. The comedy really hit with me, and maybe it's just because I love Toy Story so much. But man, I fucking love some of the jokes they told in here. And Keanu Reeves' character, Mr. Kaboom, is the best sidekick character to be introduced into the franchise. Absolutely every scene with him in it is fucking great. An awesome character, and I love you, Keanu Reeves. You know that. If you're watching this, you already know I love you, Keanu. Please come shake my hand or something. I'll give you like an over-the-pants hand job if you want. Great movie, great character. The humor, it just lands every single time. Key and Peele, I thought were going to be annoying characters, even though I like them as actors. I thought they'd overplay their shtick, but they did really well. Their characters were really fun on screen. Their plush rush shit wasn't overused. It worked well. I really just enjoyed everything about this movie. Visually, it's Pixar. You know it's going to be fucking breathtaking, real top-notch shit. And it is. This one even more so than some of their other movies. They show you a lot of really cool scenes and scenery and shit like that. The villain is a really cool villain, not just like a comically evil one, a one that a lot of people could relate to. It's just, the whole movie kind of tugs on your heartstrings a little bit, but not as much as the previous entries. This one's a lot less large scale, a lot more character focused, and doesn't really get as sad or tear-jerky as Toy Story 3, for example, but it definitely does have its emotional moments. I really like the way Woody's arc concludes, though I do have to say, I don't really know for sure if this movie adds a lot to the characters we already know and love. They dumb Buzz Lightyear down quite a bit, which is fine because they make him more of a comedic character that still does cool shit and is still a good friend to Woody, but they do make him, like, significantly stupider than previous Buzz Lightyears, and that's not really a complaint. Just what I'm saying is I don't know if it really adds enough to the characters to justify coming back to the franchise after how great Toy Story 3 concluded. Absolutely loved that conclusion, a really touching one that I feel most people felt something during. This one doesn't have moments like that, but most people will probably relate a lot to the villain's struggles and stuff like that. It's a very humanized villain, not like a comically evil one or anything like that. The main new character introduced is Forky, made by Bonnie, and I really wasn't expecting to like this character, but I absolutely loved this character. It was a really strong character that actually had some dark themes surrounding it, and I don't use dark in like the same way that people talk about shitty DC movies that attempt to be dark and gritty. I mean, like, the actual characters, it's kind of like a deep one, kind of on a different level than most characters in an animated children's movie, at least in my personal opinion. I was expecting some Frankenstein Doodle Bob thing, but I actually got a really enjoyable and pretty deep character that I really appreciated, so fuck yeah. Just an overall positive experience with this movie, and I just really enjoyed it. The only complaint that I have at all is I think the ending was a little bit rushed. You spend 20 years with these characters and then it all kind of ends in 3 minutes with the characters together. It just, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think it's just, most people will probably get the impression it was rushed as well. And that's kind of a shame, but it's still a very nice conclusion, very satisfying. It was nice to see Bo Peep come back. It's just a really enjoyable movie, and I'm glad it got made, even if it wasn't totally necessary or adds a whole lot to the lore. Also, I'm extremely fucking greasy right now. I can see that on the recording here, so I apologize for that. Let's just go ahead and plug this shit into the moist meter. I'm giving Toy Story 4 a fat 90%. A really good movie. A really, really good movie that I think concludes the Toy Story franchise. I'm not sure. I don't see how they could continue it from here, but you never really know. Super fucking good. That's it. See ya.